So like for most people, I think the motivation is just the money part and maybe having a foreign life. So like in terms of money, how much difference do you think it is there as compared to India? Like suppose yeah, that you are having an X standard of living in India. So how what would be your standard of living when you move specifically to Canada?
Okay, so one part about Canada, right?
Hmm.
It has slightly higher taxes than US,
Hmm.
and the pay is around 30-40% less.
Hmm.
At the same time, the cost of living is also very high. So
Hmm.
it's approximately 1.5 times, maybe 1.3 to 1.5 times expensive than Seattle.
Hmm.
Uh, Not as expensive as Bay Area or maybe New York, right? But
Hmm.
still, it's very expensive.
Hmm.
So if you compare it money wise, then I would rate it in the following fashion. Right now, according to me, I'm not too sure. Probably I'm not very much updated at the moment.
Hmm.
Europe is, I'll put Europe at the bottom of the list, right, because of the
Hmm.
taxes and the lower income. India is pretty good, very well staged at the moment.
Hmm.
And then Canada comes slightly above India. So, for example, you're an SD2 or maybe an SD1, right? SD1s now I don't know that much, but still the starting range you could potentially be saving 20 to 30% more over here.
Hmm.
Uh, After having a luxurious lifestyle, believe me,
Okay.
luxurious. It's
Hmm.
not that you're compromising. You're coming and staying in basement, so you can stay in downtown. You can do the best of the things. You can afford a car. That's all you can do. All
Hmm.
that you could do in India, you can do here. But everything is comparatively very expensive.
Hmm.
But here you could save up 20-30%. And I need not say about US, right? So
Yeah.
US definitely pays more. So Seattle has less taxes, as we all know.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that way, so if you want good experiences
Hmm.
with more savings,
Hmm.
definitely Canada is a place, and easy immigration definition, definitely.
Okay. And like a lot of people have this kind of like they fantasize these locations and they think that their life would drastically change. Like all party culture in some international country, you get good cars at low rates. Like you drive a Range Rover, and how have things changed for you? Like in as if you compare your personal life in India as compared to Canada.
Okay, two things. One thing is like obviously when you're earning here, and if you go back to India,
Hmm.
definitely you feel very rich, right? And everything's very cheap, comes very cheap to you. Second
Okay.
thing is like when you come over here and things are very expensive. I mean, we don't realize that, right? So my office
Hmm.
is like two kilometers away, and I pay like $15
Okay.
for one way side, right?
Hmm.
So we don't realize that the cars and everything. It's just that our spending power is more because the culture here is to spend, whereas the
Okay.
culture back in India is to save, right? The
Save.
culture
Hmm.
here is to spend. They promote you to spend. So for even if you go for a car, you'll find okay, car rates are lower. At the moment, I
Hmm.
don't think so. They are low. So I have recently
Hmm.
looked up for some cars, and it's pretty expensive here also.
Okay.
And same goes for housing, right? So
Hmm.
uh, it doesn't make sense to whatever notions people have when they
Hmm.
come here and they see the amount of money that they're earning. Now it's fine if back in India, right? Whatever amount of money you earn, you won't be spending 40 to 50% of your salary into rents. Here, you
Hmm.
potentially could breach that bracket where you're spending 40% of your salaries into rent, or maybe
Hmm.
20% or up to 20% on your car. That doesn't happen back in India, right?
India. Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
so if you compare the ratios, it's
Hmm.
on the higher end only, but it
Hmm.
feels cheaper somehow because there's more spending
Okay.
appetite here.
Okay. So, like a lot of people, what they think or what they do is that they will go to some abroad place. Like, let's talk about just Canada for now. They'll go to Canada, earn for some years, and then come back to India. So, how much can someone save in, let's say, 5, 6 years? Can someone save enough to buy a house in India? Like, assuming the houses in India are more than a crore, suppose.
So if you're okay, I'll be very honest and candid. If you're an SD2 who's like in a good band, right,
Hmm.
slightly experienced, you could do that very easily in 2 years. So
2 years. Okay.
yeah, very easily 2.5 years probably, depending on
Hmm.
depends on how much you're spending here. And this
Hmm.
this is I'm saying based on if you spend a lot, not a lot, but you're slightly in the higher bracket. If you want to save more, you could potentially do it early, right?
Okay.
I think we'll get to the compensation part of it because the way we get compensation is slightly different, right?
Hmm.
Um, and that ways you end up saving some money, which
Mm-hmm.
and also so the money that you save is very less for here, right? But
Mm-hmm.
definitely the impact that you have when you go back to India is, it amounts
That's
to a
more.
lot of money.